Hello everyone, welcome to our video on how to send an automatic rejection email from Attract. This is part of Dynamics 365 for Talent solution. My name is Nico Aleman. I'm a managing partner and the Microsoft certified trainer at ASG at Aleman Software Group. You can follow me on https://talent.asgcrm.com. So this is my blog where I upload all this information around talent. And the reason behind this video is because so many partners and customers complain that right now in Talent, in May 2019, in Talent, there is no possibility to trigger an automatic email in case a candidate gets rejected in Attract. So we have the reject button, we have the reason for rejection, but we don't have an email that can be sent to these candidates to let them know that we have stopped the process. Well, usually recruiters they send personalized emails, but when you're working with many candidates, they could use a solution to send an automatic nice message saying thank you very much for participating in our hiring process, let you know for if you have future openings and so on. So this video will show you how to do it. It's a workaround, and hopefully by autumn 2019, by fall 2019, Microsoft would have released another feature for sending emails in case of rejection. So I'm gonna go right now in the application. So first thing to do is to create an email address, or maybe you can use a shared mailbox for triggering notifications. For this, I went in portal.office.com and I will add a new mailbox. I will call it ASG Talent Test Demo. ASG Talent Test Demo, and this is the domain. Add. This is a shared mailbox. It means it doesn't consume licenses, but you would need this kind of inbox to have before sending these notifications. The second thing I will do, I'm going to log in attract.talentdynamics.com, and in here with my username and password I'll make sure I'm using the correct environment. So I need to authenticate. Just 1 second. 721. All right. This is double authentication from Microsoft, and I'm logging in Attract to check the environment that I'm going to use. So after logging in, you'll notice the environment that you're about to use. So you need to make sure the changes you're going to do in Power Apps, because this is where we're going to play. The changes we're going to do in Power Apps are on the correct environment. So you notice that I don't have the comprehensive hiring add-on. Even with the comprehensive hiring add-on right now, it's not possible to send personalized emails or triggers in case of rejection. So the environment that I'm using right now is this one, Talent Demo Org C, and I'm going to go in Power Apps, sign in, and I'm going to make sure that I'm using the same environment in here. So I'm logging in. It will take a couple of seconds. All right, I'm using this one. So environment 6 in here. Yeah. And I will navigate to solutions, switch to classic because I'm used to the former CRM Microsoft customization and configuration. By the way, to do this, to have this workaround done, you will need customization and configuration knowledge on Dynamics CRM or on Dynamics 365 for customer engagement. So this is not just with Talent or Attract, not even with AX or Finance and Operations knowledge. This is done with Power Apps and or Dynamics CRM knowledge. So this is the organization. Yeah, I will make sure we have the same environment, 103 in here, and I'll wait for this to load. What I'm going to do, because I need the entire menu, navigation menu, I'm going to delete the last part. And here I am. Then I'm going to click on Advanced Settings in here to go to what I'm looking for. So what I'm looking for first is to set up a email router and to set up an inbox that is going to be used in my workflow for triggering the email, the notification email. So I'm going to use a queue. All right, this is something that I created previously. I'm going to create a new one right now. And I'm going to name it ASG video demo. All right, copy paste my email address, save, and approve email. To do this, you will definitely need to be a global administrator for these instances. So it's mandatory to be the global administrator for your instances. Okay. Now the next step after creating this queue, I'm going to go to settings and I'm going to look for email configuration. And in email configuration, I am going to look for this new shared mailbox. So I'm clicking on mailboxes. And I have a lot of email addresses that are created. But what I'm going to look for after this loads, this notification is telling me that I need to approve some emails. I'm looking for this one with this ASG video. Yeah, and there are three steps I need to do. Approve email. Okay. I'm going to click it once again. Apply default email settings and scroll down and say if this was previously synchronized with another organization, switch it to here just to make sure that this didn't happen. Then the third step is test and enable. And I'm going to scroll again and click if this mail was previously configured to sync with another organization, check this option. All right. And I'm going to refresh in here and I should get like the previous one. I should see success if everything is okay and if I can use this shared mailbox to send emails. So it's still not run yet, so I'm going to repeat the process, but it should be done in a couple of seconds. Sometimes it takes a couple of seconds, sometimes it takes a couple of minutes to do this, depending on how loaded the server is, Microsoft server. So it's still not done, but I will come back to this in a minute to check it if it's okay. So the next step that I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this, is to create the workflow. So to create workflows in Dynamics, so all you have to do is go in settings, processes. And this process, we're going to create a new process. This is a workflow, and we're going to call it, after it loads of course, ASG sending rejection email to candidates from attract demo. All right, this is a workflow. The entity we're going to use is the one that it's connected with attract and of course CDS. So the entity you need to make sure you're using the correct entity is job application. Yeah. So this job application actually means every time a candidate has applied for one of your jobs. So if you want to make sure you're using the correct one, just go in here in Power Apps, go to the entities, wait for them to load and scroll to find the job application. So this is probably it, and I'm sure this is it in my scenario. So job application means the process, or every time a candidate has applied, it will create a job application, and this has the rejection button. So I'm going to go back to my process. So everything seems right in here. Okay. And in here it says, when do you want to create this one? Well, I want to create it when a field change. If changes. So this field in our system, it's going a little bit slower today, but we'll get there. So this one is called the current stage status reason. Yeah, this is the field that contains the rejection with the status reason. So the first step is, let's say I'll put a condition. So the condition will be if the status reason is or if the applicant, the job application is rejected, then send the email. So this is the first condition. Again, it's taking a little bit to load. It's probably Microsoft is applying a patch or something because this is taking too long. I'm gonna click it once again. Hopefully it will load faster this time. All right, and I'll say, all right, check the job status reason. Select this equals, we have here 3 values, and the value for rejection is usually the one which is called closed. So let's see. No, this is not it. Okay, just 1 second. Let's verify the other one. Yeah, this one. So it's closed. Okay, save and close. I'll also make sure that the field that needs to be changed is right, current status reason. Let's verify if this is correct. This is the field, and I also need to make sure that this is when it will trigger. So this is not the one that I want. The one that I want is this one, job application status. Okay, so if the job application status equals closed, which is the equivalent of rejected in a tract, then send an email. Create message, set the properties, and then I will say choose my queue to send the email from. Change from user to queue, and we'll find the queue. This one, ASG video demo. All right, and we will say send it to the candidate and pick its contact email address. Tick it, make sure it's selected, make sure you put the mouse here, okay, and you should have this in yellow. And this should be called, let's say, automatic rejection email for demo purposes. Dear candidate, thank you for your application. Unfortunately, you were not selected. Best regards, or we can say here, should you have any questions, please write us at office@asgcrm.com in case you want to provide additional feedback, or if they're interested in getting additional feedback. And we'll put here the ASG recruitment team. All right, save and close. Then I will stop the workflow. Okay, for the moment I don't want to be deleted because I want to see if it really triggered. Now in CRM, don't forget to activate, and once it's activated, this workflow is going to trigger, it's going to start. So I'm going to deactivate the other one that I've created previously. This one is the first one, and I don't want to receive two emails. Just deactivate this first one. And then I'll make sure now the email is successful. Now, again, it's not yet, but this should be in a couple of seconds. Let's try again. Apparently there is some delays on the server, on Microsoft servers. This shouldn't happen. If it does, we're going to use the other email address that I've created previously, which have been successfully created. Okay, so let me go and create this one and use the other inbox. This one. Okay, save and close, activate, and activate. And now it should trigger every time we reject a candidate, it should trigger an automatic email with that message in it. So I'm going to go right now in the environment, and I'm going to create a job. Yeah. I had a previous test which worked, but I'm going to create now a second test for workflow and email rejection. This is the job. My role is a recruiter. I'm going to use the default template. Okay, as you know, in Attract, you need to have minimum 100 characters for that position. So I'm going to just write in here a couple of things. This job is based in London, in the United Kingdom. Save and activate. And now I can add the first contact. So the first applicant in here. And my new applicant is called nikoaleman@gmail.com. Niku test for video Aleman. Add. And of course, right now you know very well that this user or this candidate, it's going through the different stages, application, screening, etc., etc. And every time during these interview phases, you have the reject applicant button. Yeah? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reject this applicant. I will say this candidate doesn't have the skill set. I will have this comment in here which says this candidate does not have the skill set. Of course, this message, this comment, we can pick it in the workflow and send it to the candidate, but right now this is for internal purpose only, and it will not give to the candidate the reason for being rejected. I click OK, and now this candidate is rejected, and we should get an email pretty soon if the workflow triggers correctly in the inbox to see our status. So the first email that I got is the one letting me know that I have been added in the interview process, and the second one I should get, let's see if this works. This usually comes very, very fast. I have a previous test in here, but since Microsoft servers are loaded, it might take a while. right? I will verify. We didn't get an email yet, but I will verify if the email has been created. So I will go in the processes, system jobs, and you can check here the workflows that have been created or if that they have been sent or not. And we got an email. So let's verify. ASG talent support. Yeah. Dear candidate, thank you for your application, etc., etc. And this is the automatic rejection email that we want. Of course, we can remove this CRM thing. We can add different information regarding the job. This is all part of on how to create workflows in Dynamics 365 for customer engagement, the former CRM, which now is controlled and configured and customized through Power Apps. This concludes our video for today. Thanks for letting me know your thoughts on this and your feedback, and I hope you are going to use it.